was the toughest people decision you made that protected the company long term?
It's first investing in people.
After AI, all the problems are get solved easily and faster. What will be the toughest problem to be solved in the future?
AI will not solve all the problems.
My question to you is, you spoke a lot about happiness. I'm 40. வாழ்க்கையில் சந்தோஷம் முக்கியமா நிம்மதி முக்கியமான்னு கேட்டால் I always choose peace. More than happiness, I choose peace. What's your perspective on happiness or peace?
My responsibility to introduce the panelists. First, I'd like to welcome the moderator onto the dais, Dr. Chakochin Mathai, founder and CEO, Franchising Rightway. With a huge round of applause from you all, I'd like to welcome Dr. Chakochin Mathai, who would be moderating on the topic Beyond Success and How Millionaires Build Legacy, Leadership and Long-Term Impact. Welcome, sir. So along with him, we have three eminent speakers who will be the panelists for this session. First, I'd like to welcome Mr. Sriram Manoharan, founder and CEO, Contest Tech Private Limited. With an applause from you all, I'd like to welcome Mr. Sriram Manoharan onto the dais, please. Welcome, sir. Along with Mr. Sriram, I'd like to welcome Ms. Aparna Tyagarajan, co-founder and chief product officer, Shobhitham Incorporated D2C online platform specializing in Indian fashion. Welcome, ma'am. Also, I'd like to welcome Mr. Balaji Venkatrathinam, founder and executive director, Solid Pro Group. Welcome, sir. So this is going to be a engaging panel discussion on the topic Beyond Success and How Millionaires Build Legacy, Leadership and Long-Term Impact. Of course, with a huge round of applause from you all, please. The first panel discussion for this Millionaire Summit and Awards 2026.
Good morning. Nana moderator kathraarunu kekrீங்களா? I just want to see some energy in the room. Very happy new year to all of you. We have an eminent panel with us this morning. And the summit titled is Millionaire. And I just was thinking like, everybody has made it in life and that's why you are here. At this summit, we are not here to discuss how to make money because everyone on the stage has already done that, isn't it? To some extent. Here we explore what happens after success, when scale challenges leadership, when growth tests culture, when technology moves faster than human judgment, when legacy becomes more important than liquidity. Today's panel brings together leaders from technology, manufacturing, global services and consumer brands, each of whom has scaled differently, failed differently and learned differently. My role is not to celebrate them, but to challenge them, to expect real decisions, real trade-offs, and real lessons, not just the headlines. With that, I just want to tell you, my name is Dr. Chako, a franchising consultant. For the last 35 years, I've been in the field of helping entrepreneurs to scale your businesses. And I've worked with brands like NIT, Aptech, SSI, Cat Center, Green Trends, Naturals, and so on and so forth. And today I am consulting for very big brands in India, developing and scaling their businesses to the next level by including the number of stores for them with all what I have spoken about technology and real human beings. So just to begin with, let me start with asking some questions. I think the intro has already been laid out. I just want to ask some questions to Balaji to start with. Scale to leadership shift. You have spent years in international sales and scaling services. At what point did selling skills stop being enough and leadership discipline became critical for you?
See, when it becomes to skills, means the capability, right? So the capability is limited within to myself. So when I want to scale it further, first I need to invest in the team or I need to have the ability to build the team. So that is where it all started. So when it comes to building the team, first I need to feel that I am secure because I need to hire people who are more competent than me. So that is the key thing which I learned. So I thought that, okay, he is good at marketing, he is good at technology, he is good at operations. So whoever is more skilled than me, I started complimenting them, and that is the point where the door started open. So in order to be in that position, first you should feel that you are secure, because already we have been destined for something in this universe, and there is a duty for us. So
Shall we give a big hand of saying that secure, being secured? What a statement that he has made. As a leader, as we drive sales in our organization, if you as an owner is not able to be secured of hiring people better than you, there's a problem, right? If you go to my LinkedIn page, recently I written a story of how owners become bottlenecks for their own organization. And I thank you so much, Balaji, for making that beautiful statement of being secure in what you're trying to do. You want to say something? Looks like you want to add something.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
go
just
ahead.
want to communicate the same, because most of people who are sitting here are already millionaires and they are business owners. So what do we generally have in the initial phase is insecurity. What if suppose I'm going to delegate this, and where will I be? That kind of insecure feeling, if it is still there, then that is the biggest blockage for you. So first try to come out of that insecurity, because we live in the worlds which we create on our mind. There are multiple worlds which we can create, because the universe is vast and the world is exponential, and we cannot measure that. So we can build new worlds. So in order to build new world, first you need to drop the things which is in your hand. So say for example, if now now my goal is to start the next ventures. So for that I need to drop the thing what is my hand, then only I can be able to lift the new things. So if you come to that mindset, then you will start identifying people who are more competent than you, and you will start building the team. So that is how we grew in a short span of time from 2 to 200 plus in a span of 3.5 years.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? 3.5 years, 200 people. What a growth that he has seen. Now, going back to, Sriram, my friend, we've been in panels, so we know each other. Contest Tech, it is an amazing technology leader. You talk to him, you feel goosebumps going up, talking about technology. And you bootstrapped Contest from zero to scale. At what stage did your technology strength become a leadership bottleneck? And what exactly did you stop doing to let the company grow beyond you?
Yes, I would like to address the question, the first question also. Is it okay? So what stopped?
We are free. We can be
that's
cool,
a very
right?
interesting question. As a CEO, I'm always selling, so that doesn't stop. Like Balaji said, at one point in time, I started. I was doing the sales and acquiring customers for a very long time. At one point in time, I decided that support is sales, right? You keep selling, it's okay. But the moment you start focusing on support, customer support, or the customer success, the business, the new sales deals keeps coming through all the time. So that's what I understood. That's when the sales stopped. And coming back to the technology question, we are a tech company. I'm a tech entrepreneur, so I have to be updated all the time. Chaco, sir, if you can repeat the question one more time, like what from technology to leadership?
Yeah, you bootstrapped. Actually, when he started, he bootstrapped Contest from zero to scale. What stage did your technical sense? See, I think what I'm asking is many of the owners who actually start off as a technical leader will get into technical more than sales. But I know you love sales a lot.
Yes.
Because he moved from technical to sales and he scaled his business. But then how did you transition from that? And how did you stop, being using your technical strength, which could have become a bottleneck?
Yes. So bootstrapping from with 20 lakh rupees and making it a 10 million or 12 million dollar company today is when it stopped, right? Technology actually it shakes hands with sales. So when a customer comes in, he always asks me like, okay, I have this idea or I want to do this. You just can't sell him. You have to really make sure that we understand his vision or the aim. And for that, you need to talk tech, right? But not deep tech or, you don't have to be hands-on coding or anything, but you have to understand tech. But I would say that, today, 30% tech and 70% sales happens. But earlier, it was 80% tech and 20% sales. So it slowly transformed, and I got a great team of sales managers for me across the globe. So they are helping me in this. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That sounds very interesting. Now, to Aparna, her story is amazing. From a Microsoft leader, a tech leader, to starting off a brand where she wants to provide solutions for people living abroad. Is that right, ma'am? You started this?
We started Shobhatam. My sister and I started.
Exactly.
Today it's become a global movement.
It's a global brand at this point of time. Shobhatam sits at the intersection of scale and tradition because she needs to understand the tradition. What is the one decision where growth tempted you, but you chose to protect the soul of the brand?
Thank you so much. Thanks for the lovely introduction. And thank you for having me here. It's wonderful to kickstart this year with such a high energy conglomeration.
Absolutely.
Okay, scale and soul. What is life without soul? And where does disruption really come without scale? So we are here to scale with soul. I think that is the mantra that we want to follow. And we are in the handloom arts and crafts industry, which is the second largest industry in India after agriculture. But if you look at the economic strata of people in this industry, it is very similar to agriculture. Just think about weavers, think of handmade artisans. What comes into your mind? Very, very fragmented industry, and that's where the opportunity lies, right? And what we are doing is, through tech, we are actually connecting people across the length and breadth of the country, enabling them on the platform. And we are really here to restore dignity and fairness in this industry. And how do we do that? These people, there are so many other people that come in the chain that the producer, who's the weaver, who's the artisan, and the final consumer is so far away, they make very less money. And how do we solve that? By being vertically integrated. So that's one thing. Second, we want to ensure that, they have a life of dignity. Many of weaver families, their children are actually opting for other jobs because they're sort of ashamed to be in this industry because, it's not really respected. And as custodians of our heritage, we want to change that narrative here. So, that's where true disruption and our role at Shobhatam. That's what we're doing.
Thank you very much. If you go and study or read through what they're doing, amazing work. Getting the artisans to work for them is not an easy job, but then giving value to them makes a lot of difference in their lives. And they produce the best of articles for us. Thank you very much. And now going to Balaji again. Service business grow on people. But people are also slow scale. What was the toughest people decision you made that protected the company long term?
The toughest decision is first investing in people.
I thought he's sacking people, but then that's a lovely thing that he said, right? Investing into people. What a mindset this guy has.
Yes, because when we recruit in Solid Pro, the final interviews will be conducted by myself and my co-founder Sudhagar. So we used to have a value system. That interview will not be a conventional thing because all the technical rounds, everything will be completed. So we used to have a very offline kind of interview. What does the person actually values? So when you mean what does value, because each individual is made up of a value system. So if you don't understand what a value system is, that value system only will help you to make decisions. Because certain decisions in life you will be making just on the go, and certain decisions you will be thinking for hours together because your value will not allow you to take those decisions. So we used to analyze the people based on their values. So we used to say that, okay, let's assume that now you are going to join this company. for some X amount, because everybody is going to trade their hours for the compensation. Assume that you have hypothetically, you have a bank account and always the money is being filled in that, like an Akshaya Patram, like an kind of thing. So what you will do next? They will say that if that is there, then I am going to buy island. Okay, you buy an island like Nityananda. Then with that island, what you are going to? That will be the next question. I will build some big shopping malls. These things, that things they will say. Then again the next question will be after outcome of the shopping mall, they will say that I will generate more money. Already it is in your bank account. Then why you need to generate money? So these kind of exploring questions is what we used to conduct in the interviews. So that will help them to explore their inner being, the inner soul, what the soul actually needs. So the center theme of Solid Pro, or what we want to convey here, is happiness. So with that word, I just want to throw a question to the forum. So how many of you all woke up today, this morning, with an intent to make yourself sad? I will repeat the question. How many of you all woke up this morning with an intent to make yourself sad? எவ்வளோ பேர் நீங்கள் காலையில் இன்றைக்கி எந்திரிக்கும் போதே ஓகே நான் நீங்கள் சோகமாக இருக்கணுன்ற ஒரு இன்டென்ஷனில் எந்திரிச்சிருப்பீங்க? Anybody can raise hand? None, right? So everybody's core focus is on how to be happy. To reach that happiness, we do multiple things, and one of the things is our profession, and sometimes we used to travel. So all these things. So finally, it narrows down to happiness. I think even Aditya in today's morning, he was giving a vision for 2049, where the technological world is going to take us. So how we are going to reach to that singularity. So at the end of the day, again, everything is going to be experienced by humans. We are only going to experience. So at that experience, what is the final output which you will be looking for is happiness. Anything you purchase anywhere, finally they will be giving you a smiley with a green and yellow thing, likely, extremely, to the scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. So happiness is the core thing. When we keep the center as happiness, then everything falls. So what I'm trying to say here is, in the interview we will try to find what does this person make happy. So we will try to attach the things, and then we will craft his career based on that happiness. So that is where we invest in people. So that is why in Solid Pro,
shall we give a big hand? What a beautiful innovation, isn't it? An innovation of happiness.
Yes. So one more thing is, recently we recrafted our vision statement too. So earlier it was technical jargon kind of thing. So in 2022, when we started, what kind of vision we need to have is, we took Infosys, TCS, big conglomerates, everything, and we thought, in any organization, organization is an umbrella in which people or the team or the employees coming in, and we are doing some activity. Through that activity, what we are trying to deliver to the society. So one is the stakeholders, is the team members, employees, then the business owners, then on the other side the receiving end, the clients, the customers, then how it is impacting the society. So based on this, we want to be a leading global engineering service, which want to so and so, some kind of technical words and all we crafted, and we could not able to remember our vision statement itself. So it was with 4 to 5 lines we crafted, and nobody was able to remember. So we cut short that. We want to make our vision statement eternal, which means ever living. So ever living means it is finally narrows down to human emotions only. So now we made our vision statement as creating a workplace and partnerships where happiness is the true measure of growth. So what does this mean is, workplace is the place where the organization, where the team member comes in, where the project comes in, and partnerships is nothing but the client, the vendor, the supplier, whomever we associate with. So whoever associates with Solid Pro, that should bring them a genuine happiness, is what our vision statement is. So that is how we started focusing on the people and invested in people.
Very interesting. How many of you like to meet him separately and find all these details? How many of you want to meet him? Okay, that's great.
Thank you.
Well, next question to my friend Sriram. Culture. Fast-growing tech companies often lose culture before they lose money. What was the toughest people or culture crisis you faced, and what non-negotiable leadership call did you make that shaped Qantas long term?
Culture is very critical. Everybody knows it, and a lot of people talks about it. So, what is culture here? See, if I'm going to, appreciate a guy who is really, buttering me up, or if I'm going to really appreciate a guy who's really doing a good job, that defines the culture. If I'm going to appreciate a guy who is going to butter me up or always keep saying yes to me and everything, and the whole organization will try and follow this particular person, right? And because they say that, okay, if I need recognition from the management or the CEO, I have to say yes to everything he says. And on the other side, that defines the culture of the organization. That becomes toxic, technically, over a long period of time. And there is another guy who's doing really hard work, smart work, and doing a really good job. But he may not come and communicate with me all the time. He may be doing his job, going home and coming back. And it's a very sincere person at his job. And you have to go forward and pick him up and appreciate him, or recognize him, award him. If you do that, the whole organization culture or the whole organization will follow this person. That's how the culture is defined in an organization, right? So what the management appreciates, that becomes the culture. In Qantas Tech, I would say we are a bootstrap company, so we appreciate performance, loyalty, and sincerity. There are people who works with us for the last 12 years who joined us a fresher with 4,500 rupees as a salary. And today they have homes, family, kids, cars and everything. And we really appreciate them because they have been with us, worked really hard with us. So you have to recognize those kind of employees, right? That defines the culture of an organization. And second thing, I always keep advocating for this: customer success. I will not compromise when a customer is not happy, whomsoever it may be. Right? I want my customers to be happy. Even he or she may be wrong, but still we have to go there and make him understand, and try to work towards a solution with them. Not like just say that, okay, I don't want my customers to be unhappy. That's something I will not compromise for.
Give it up to him. Just something learning to drop the culture of buttering. I love that word, buttering. Most owners love people with buttering sense. I worked with leaders, I worked with owners, and I understand. Yes sir, 3 bags full. I call this guys called yes sir, 3 bags full. Because these are guys who will stay with the company for 30 years, 40 years, and would never contribute to the growth of the organization, but just keep puffing the owner. I think beautifully he brought it out, and I really second what he said. Thank you, Sriram, for speaking from your heart. Now going to Aparna ma'am. Managing artisans, global customers, and technology is complex. What leadership mistake taught you the most about balancing empathy with execution?
Good question. So, empathy lies at the core of everything, especially when you are in an industry where you're dealing with people, you're dealing with thousands of artisans, you're dealing with employees, and on the third side, you're dealing with customers, right? So you really have to find out what the right balance is. Because what may favor the customer may not really favor the artisan. And it is tricky, but it's something that you learn over time. And, it really comes with practice, it comes with experience.
Thank you very much.
These are soft skills that, yeah.
Absolutely what Aditya said. Soft skills are important more than technology. We saw the morning itself, technology, how it helped us.
I do want to talk about the tech side of things, because tech is an enabler.
I think the next question is there for you. Balaji again. You believe in decentralization. What control did you give up that most founders hold on to too long, and what did it unlock for you? It's just a 3.5 years old company, right? What control, decentralization of your decision making, How did you give it away and made that unlock the situation to others, the team to take decisions?
So when it comes to decentralization, so that is one of my personal philosophy too. Even the Germans follow the decentralization. So I thought in India also, if we follow that kind of thing, that would be helpful for better governance. So decentralization, rather than holding the power within the business owners, if we start decentralizing it with a proper delegation, when you give the power and authority, you can see people make wonder. As mentioned by Sriram, instead of saying yes, I used to say to the team, start saying no, so that would be your tomorrow's yes, that would be your future yes. So they need to come with a deep analysis, and they need to confront. So that kind of culture we always started in Solid Pro in the early days. So even though if I propose an idea, they will come with the 5 Ws and the analysis kind of thing, and they will confront me, okay, this is going to work or this is not going to work. So in that way, when I start submitting myself to them, that is where the power is getting transferred. So that is how the decentralization starts working on. So that is the core of decentralization which we focus, so that people get empowered, energized. So for that, as mentioned by Aparna, the leader should be more empathetic and compassionate, because leadership is not controlling, it is about more compassionate, being into their shoes and seeing and giving them the power and see how they execute, and through the results we can enjoy. It will be a mutual win-win for both the parties.
Thank you. Sriram, in a world obsessed with automation and speed, where do you intentionally keep human judgment instead of technology, and why?
Almost everywhere, in everything, right? And yes, of course, when you build a software, you always focus on automation, because the idea of building a software is to make our life easy. That's fine. And as an entrepreneur, right, and a person who's doing the housekeeping, or my head of sales or senior vice presidents, everybody has their own life, right? And they are battling something in their own life. And when they come to office, and we need to really consider taking any decisions, it could be work, or it could be their remuneration, or it could be anything. We have to consider their personal life as well. So here, I see that, at least, I'm just a 400 people company. I know everybody by name. At least I know them a little bit about their personal stuff, right? So that I can decide what could make their life better. So I do that all the time, and that cannot be automated, right? So people to people connection is very, very important. And yes, of course, in the tech space, we build automation every day for our customer. That's completely, end of the day, if somebody, I need a water, I need a friend of mine to come and give me a water, right? I cannot automate it. Yes, how to make that water bottle, I can automate it, right? That's the difference between automation and people connection.
Thank you, Sriram. Well, wonderful. Yesterday I was visiting a friend of mine, and he said he's building a new office. In this office, there's a corner room, and he's appointing a psychologist just to be there to hear out people's, what they want to pour out. And I liked what he said, connecting to the employee by just asking them, how are you doing today? That's an important question at most owners. As you walk past, we miss out so many things by even not acknowledging that you have seen somebody next to us, as we pass by, and that put that employee, oh, he doesn't care for me, right? What a beautiful statement that he made. Give it up to him. And next question for Aparna. You worked at Microsoft and now run a purpose-led brand. Okay, I use the word purpose-led brand. Where does technology genuinely empower people, and where does it risk distancing leaders from reality?
So, as you said, having worked for Microsoft in Seattle and Silicon Valley, I've really experienced feel, touch, felt technology. And technology is the means to scale. And we are in a very different industry, right? Most people are back-end, are artisans. They barely understand technology. And that's where the real challenge comes. Technology may be complex, but the consumer of technology has to find it very, very easy. So there are 3 philosophies that we keep in mind. One, to make technology very, very easy, very accessible, so that even someone in the remotest part of India who's barely literate can use technology. And that's what our systems that we build, proprietary systems that we built do. Second is scaling technology. We all talk about it. The third thing is actually deciding whether you want to use technology that is already in there, so you're not reinventing the wheel, or building something that does something very customized for what you do. So those are 3 philosophies that we always keep in mind. And I'll give you an example of the first. The first is our own proprietary app where someone very remote is able to access. Second is making technology scalable, and I'll get to that. People think that women are complex, but imagine getting the perfectly stitched blouse for a woman. So we are in the space of textiles, and we've actually cracked that. So we have our own patent pending technology which captures measurements no matter where you are in the world, whether in Seattle or Sydney. You're able to enter your measurements. In the middle tier, we are actually validating to make sure that it is correct, and then enabling it for our tailors in the back end, who barely understand English, and converting it into a sketch that they can assimilate. That's where technology really comes in. And the third is whether you want to use a native solution or go something that's there. And over the years, what we realized is that we are this platform that's truly made in India for the world. We started off working with artisans at the grassroots level, having our own products. But over time, we've enabled so many micro entrepreneurs, so many other people who've reached out to us, and Shobhitam has become that platform where anybody, if you have anything artisanal, be it textiles or any handmade craft, you can come to us, have your products, and give it the global recognition that it truly deserves. So even here, if you I heard so many of you are from Tirupur, Erode, etc. Please do reach out to us. We're happy to enable your products on Shobhitam and give it the recognition it deserves.
I wonder, because I recently went to stitch one of my jeans to a company in Chennai, and they put me on an AI platform to measure. I was wondering, will he get my pants stitched correctly? I was having doubts. Now look at what she does. Somebody sitting in Sydney is able to get a blouse stitched so perfectly for her body. That's technology being used. What a beautiful way of getting out of a large company and starting something very passionately. Both sisters, mind you, the sisters working together. I read through her profile and I felt so happy. Going to Sriram again. I have 2 more rounds of questions before I close, so just be patient. I hope you're doing well. Yes? All right. So Sriram, not Sriram, Balaji. AI threatens traditional service models. Which part of your business are most vulnerable, and how are you future-proofing leadership and talent?
Yes, so I think I answered this question indirectly, because we don't see AI is threatening because we focus on happiness. AI cannot give you happiness. That can be a tool which can be enabled, but
give it up, no problem. These are nice words that comes out of the CEOs.
Yes, AI, maybe the word would have been coined recently, but if you see our evolution, recently in one of the books which I read, History of Economics, they have mentioned how much man hours it took for us to have this, say for example, any light. For to energize this light for 1 hour of light, it took 55 hours in the before 18th century, because we used to go to the forest or nearby, we used to cut wooden logs and bring it and we used to light it up. So all the man hours put together was 55 hours. Then in the 18th century, when they started inventing this kerosene lamp and other kind of things, then that reduced to 14 hours or something. Then again, after introduction of this wax and other things, again it was reduced to 3 hours. And with the recent technologies, now it is into nanoseconds. So this is what the change and the evolution is. So likewise, earlier we used to have this dialing phone, now we are having a touch phone. So this word is being coined, but this evolution is always in the process. But at the end of the day, finally it is happiness, because human is going to experience that. So it is not going to replace. Or
one thing I remember, I will always remember Balaji is happiness.
Yes.
How many of you will agree with me?
Yes.
Right? Happiness Balaji. So can we name him, a new name for Balaji is Happiness Balaji.
Because in office also, we used to, if any junior comes to me for any kind of clarification, these things, I used to treat him as a client. Okay, at the end of the conversation, whether he is happy or not. So if we start that kind of culture, even at your home also, you can practice this, whether your wife is happy or not, your kid is happy or not. Because that is the thing finally which we are measuring, because that is why we are living for. We are not doing anything to make ourselves sad, right? So
thank you very much. Happiness Balaji. All right. Now, AI is rewriting SaaS and services. What roles in your company will AI never replace? And what skills must leaders build now to stay relevant in your organization?
Okay, we are building AI racks and AI, doing a lot of implementations across the world. So I don't think anybody can be replaced by AI. That's the reality. And second thing is, I have to put it like this. I'm not sure how many of you understand this. In the internet age, remember the dial-up modem, 56 kbps modem, that comes, right? In order to download an image, it takes probably 10-15 minutes and we spend 100 rupees for it. AI is in that stage right now. We are just seeing the tip of the iceberg. It will take some time to evolve, and we will have a lot of time to adopt, and a lot of people are worried about jobs and everything. Trust me, it will make our jobs easier, and if you're a little bit updated, nobody will lose a job. I'm very sure about it. And because we did a large implementation for one of the governments of Saudi, insurance company of Saudi Arabia, and actually AI made the customer experience and the employee experience better. Nobody lost their job. It was a huge implementation, right? So we are just in the initial phase of AI revolution, and everything is going to change, and everybody will be replaced for better, not like we will be losing a job and we'll be sitting on the roads or something. No, every job will be replaced for better opportunities. That's what I see.
Thank you very much. Next question to Aparna. AI threatens traditional service models. Which part of your business are most vulnerable, and how are you future-proofing leadership and talent?
So this is a purely handmade industry. I feel that every product, every creation has the soul of the artisan and the weaver behind it. And soul is not something that AI can give, right? So that is irreplaceable. But we do want to leverage technology and AI wherever possible. So this product is a very sensorial product. You want to see it. You want to make sure that the colors are right. You want to make sure that the feel, the texture, all of that comes across. How does the person look when you drape it? So that's where we are actually leveraging AI. So no matter where the person in the world is, they can get the right texture, the right color. They can see how it actually looks on them. So that's where we use AI as an enabler rather than a threat.
Thank you very much. Now, to answer the last set of questions, and I want to begin with you. Legacy is what we're going to talk about as millionaires or people who have achieved something. How you mentor many entrepreneurs, what recurring mistakes do you see in ambitious founders that kills legacy even after financial success?
A lot of this world actually perceives success as someone's net worth. How much they are earning in rupees, how much they are earning in dollars. But I think success means how many lives that you actually impact and how much you impact. I think it's also not something that you leave for people. It is something that you leave in people. You're enabling people. And at Shobhitam, there are 3 philosophies that, we are very, very committed to. One is preserving our rich heritage, our art and weave heritage. Second is women, enabling women. How many women you actually see here. And then third, I'll get to the first one first. So, legacy. So, the heritage of India, that's the first one. We've had these textile and art forms for the last few centuries. They've really stood the test of time. But what is happening over the last few decades is that fast fashion is challenging them. It's giving them that threat. And we want to make sure that, we are able to restore the true recognition, the true value that they deserve. And how are we doing it? Through product innovation, through design innovation. We want to make sure that, our centuries old art is relevant for today. And one of the examples of product innovation is saris. Many people these days, especially the Gen Z crowd, says, how do I drape a sari? I don't even know how to drape a sari. And we have solutions like our pre-stitched saris, where a sari is pre-stitched as per their measurements. So a lot of people are loving it. So you have to constantly think of how you're going to innovate products in today's changing world. Women, I am a woman. I want to give back to the women community. It's not that we are any lesser than our male counterpart. It's just that, we take on additional responsibilities, we juggle so much, and we need that little nudge. We really need that little nudge. So it's very important to uplift, other women. That's what I want to say.
Thank you very much, Sriram. If contest outlives your active leadership, what principles, not products, do you want future leaders to protect at all costs in your organization?
See, I have to say this, right? And I'm very proud of myself saying that I'm a very bootstrapped entrepreneur. I'm not a funded company. I built from nothing, right? And the core of Contest Tech today is people, correct? And the employees. And I want to create more jobs for the people who can benefit from our company. Technically, I don't have to work another day to live my life. It's all done and dusted. So I want more entrepreneurs to come out of my company, and the entrepreneurs creating more jobs out of the company in a bootstrap mode, not in a funded mode. Because only 1% of the total ecosystem in entrepreneurship getting funded. All the others are, they just borrow somewhere, or they put their savings and start a business. But I want them to succeed, and I'll try to help them. I mean, the Contest Tech in the future, without me, should be able to help those entrepreneurs and build more entrepreneurs in Chennai or in Tamil Nadu. That's my goal.
Wonderful. Balaji, your take on your legacy after you, what next?
Legacy.
Have you thought about it? Because it's just 3.5 years old company with 200 people. But I'm just asking that deep question so that have you ever thought of retiring and passing on your legacy to somebody? Is your son ready?
It's not my son ready because I will give you a detailed thing about this. Personally, I want to retire at the age of 90. Okay.
Most of us want to retire at 60.
So it doesn't mean that I'm going to stick to Solid Pro. I will be keep on working as a service because I want to give back something to the society, because the society has given me a lot of things. Even the gratitude, what we have, because the people who are placing these chairs, everything, what we are going to give back to the society. Because everybody in this world is unique and everybody has a different experience. So today, it doesn't mean that we are sitting here and you are listening there. Tomorrow, you are also going to be sitting here. You are all already proven business owners. 10 years back, I think Bharati conducted a similar kind of event in Hilton Hotel. During that point of time, that is the start of my entrepreneur journey, I was sitting on the other side. So I used to say this, Bharati itself forgot that. Maybe he will be having that picture, then later he remembered. Likewise, I just want to share the thing. Since you test that word legacy, this legacy word has a very great or deep impact in me. I would like to, but before that, I want to just check the timings.
Are we all okay on timing?
Maybe a small,
We have time?
a real-time story which happened in 2017. So when I was in Ahmedabad supporting my friend, he's a business friend. During 2017, I was in my life, I was at a very down time. So I thought of going back to the corporate industry. Then he called me and he was asking what are you doing. I said that things are not working in the way which I have planned. So I'm little bit in a financial crunch. So I'm planning to go back. He said that why can't you come and support me? You are good in sales and marketing. Then I said that okay, let me come and work on a percentage basis. So that's where I went to Ahmedabad, and I think you know people from Gujjus are basically business people, right? Yeah. So he's from a business family, and a lot of his relatives was doing good business in chemical, in FMCG. One of his distant relatives is the owner of DMart. So just to give you a background of he's a Patel. This story is not about success, it is about the end of life. I think somebody would have guessed, because this story is more related to the two funerals which I attended. Okay, so the coincidence what this both happened in the same year with a gap of 3 to 4 months, and it happened on the weekends. So one fine on the weekend, Sunday morning, because I was staying alone there, he called me. Arey bala kya kar rahe ho? I said that Sunday what I am going to do, I am going to wash my clothes and other things. Okay, one of my relative has passed away. He was a very successful businessman. Can you come and join me for the funeral? Okay, I said okay, hum log chalte. Then I went there. I was just observing because I was new to that environment. People were discussing about his decisions, about his valuations, about the network, what a kind of person he was. So these were the discussions which was happening in that first funeral. Then after days moved on, life started moving, and that discussions got slowly faded. Over a period of time, within a year itself, there was some disputes in the family. It seems to be, he used to discuss with me. It seems to be they are going to sell the business or other kind of thing. So this was the first funeral story. Within the 3 to 4 months, second thing happened. So during that time, he called me. Chalo, part 2 start ho gaya, hum chalte. I didn't understand what is part 2. He said that one more person in his relative, he also passed away. He also a very successful businessman. One key thing, common thing here is both were successful businessmen. So when I went there, I saw a lot of crowd. People from villages, factories, offices, schools. They were not even wealthy, and it was of a mix of everything. So I heard through them, because of this guy, the businessman who passed away, today my daughter is studying in college. Because of this guy, my son has survived a very worst accident. These kind of things I was hearing. And my friend used to say, see, what a kind of thing. And people doesn't even know what designation or what he does, but they know what he has done to their lives. So that was the real legacy which I learned from them. He has not just left behind wealth or success, he has left behind the gratitude. So the people who flooded to his funeral was more grateful and they were more gratitude towards him. So that's where I felt the difference between the success and legacy. So the key thing which I learned. So personally, if you maybe for many of the business owners already they are successful here, there may be one question for them which would be making them wondering. Maybe this may be an assumption question, or because once I also had this question in my mind. Okay, I have achieved whatever I planned in my life. But why I'm not being fulfilled, or what is making me to feel incomplete? Anybody has that question? Business owners, people sitting there. Yes, Shenbagam, Dr. Shenbagam, right? Okay. So any of them still feels they are incomplete after being successful? Can raise their hands.
Emptiness.
Emptiness. Yes.
Basically, what he's talking about is after making a lot of money, you still feel empty in your self. That's what he's asking about.
So don't think that question as a failure, because that is an invitation to move beyond success. So that is the thing, because now you need to focus more beyond success, wherein the word comes the happiness. For me personally, happiness is not any pleasure, it is an alignment. So I see happiness as an alignment between the success outside and the peace inside. I see happiness as an alignment between what I build and what I believe, the core inner values. So here, happiness is the center. When you put that happiness at the center, the leadership will not be of more controlling, it will be of more compassionate, with an empathetic kind of thing. And money will not be your identity, money will be your tool. Success is not any other trophy kind of thing, it will be a more responsible kind of thing. So if you start realizing this, that is where the legacy starts beginning.
What a beautiful insight that he gave. Give it up for him, Balaji. Thank you very much for sharing that wonderful thought. Yesterday, I met another businessman and he told me, I went for a funeral. So it's good to go to funerals for us to check. So I was just reflecting when he said funeral, because this man has built a beautiful organization in Coimbatore, but going through one of the deepest issues that he has seen in his life, where there is nobody to support him at this point of time. When Balaji said this, he went to a funeral, and when he saw the man who is dead and his wife comes up on the stage to talk about what the future holds, he said, where am I? Building so much of empire, nothing has given me when I am down. But the confidence this lady had to go up on the stage to talk about the future with 3 girls that this man has left behind has changed the dynamics of the man who heard how he could change. And he was telling me yesterday, look, it's good to go to funerals, right? With that note, I want to stop here and I want to ask you, if there are any questions to the speakers, you could ask now. Maximum 1 question to each of them. Okay, only 1 question to each other. That's all. Thank you very much.
Just one last point, because you also touched on funeral. So what was the realization
The
point
third
of
funeral.
that funeral is, legacy is not what people talk about you or what you have, because that is what we are always focusing on, the materialistic things. Legacy is what people talk because of you, because of him, today I'm empowered, because of him, today I'm... So that is the legacy. So success, or the byproduct of success, is money that can fill your bank accounts, whereas happiness will fill your lives, but legacy will fill the future. So that is what I want to communicate.
Fantastic, fantastic. Questions to the panel here? Any questions? Yes, there's one person who wants to ask a question.
My name is Salagar Raja. I'm running a performance marketing agency in Chennai. This question is to Mr. Sriram actually. Business people or entrepreneurs are building business to solve problem, to make people's life easier. So after AI, if all the problems get solved easily and faster, then what will be the toughest problem to be solved in the future?
Thanks, Arvind. And that's a very deep question, actually.
very, very deep. AI will not solve all the problems, honestly. I don't think AI can solve the problem what I'm facing between me and money, get the thing and come back. Like it's a 2 hours process has got reduced to 10 minutes or 15 minutes today. That's what the internet technology, the web, web 2.0 brought to us, right? That's how the AI also will play a role in our lives, right? Say there is a question which is a very complicated question that you don't know. Say something like, okay, so I'm building a home and I don't know like whether the materials or the plan that's given by my contractor, I'm just telling you, contractor, that is it earthquake proof? How will I know? As a normal man, I'm not a civil engineer or I don't have any experience, but there is something we don't know about. And how will I validate it? AI can help us probably in 2 minutes. Just upload those models and it can tell you what's wrong and what can be fixed. So these are the things. It can make our life easier, right? And definitely we don't need to learn so much. That will happen like, okay, and or it will make our learnings very easy and it can educate us better. That's what AI is going to do. It is not going to, beyond AI, like Aditya was telling, right? Automations can work. Everything, this whole thing can be automated, and tomorrow there can be a twin of me doing better job than me, and all those things can happen. But after a certain point, I really don't know.
After a certain point, just enjoy life, yeah.
Thank you.
That's it. Happy.
I can't really,
right?
to be honest, it's very hard to predict AI today. It's very, very hard to predict AI. There are a lot of negative things coming up. There are a lot of positive things coming up. Honestly, being in this space, predicting AI is very, very tough because we are in the very initial stages of it. Probably after 5 years, we may have a better idea about it.
We also
Today,
know
it's all about making our lives easier.
I think we all know that we heard how AI helped a guy to commit suicide, right? I think you all you would have read that, right? So the positive side and the negative side. But then, what after AI? If anything comes, we'll see it. Otherwise, we'll just live happily, right? Happiness coach is here.
I'll tell you one thing, right? So one of my friend, he's staying in Atlanta. He used GPTs like as if he's talking to a psychologist. Seriously, I'm really scared of it. Right? I told him, Machi, don't do this. When you stop it, but he kind of got addicted to it, and he's using the GPTs, voice GPTs as psychologists, which is, I can't imagine people are doing that, but that can be avoided. We can't go to that for medical help or anything else. Any technical help we can take from it. But honestly, Arvind, we really don't know what's going to be after, what it is.
I know an 8-year-old man is a doctor by profession. He started getting into ChatGPT and started discussing his thesis, which is not written. But as he went on, the ChatGPT started giving so many other interpretations, and he felt scared and he stopped it. He said, I don't want to go beyond this because it's going beyond what I can think of. And it's so scary as a doctor. And he said, I'm not going to use it. And that was his,
Exactly.
experience. And his wife used to say, don't sit near the computer. But then he was so addictive that he went inside completely. And he used to spend hours together talking to the computer. And he got so many different ideas. And he said, that is very scary.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Sriram, for bringing that up. One more question?
Sir, yes, for the want of time, can we restrict with 1 or 2 more questions? And
Yeah.
speakers will be available offline. Even after this session, we can discuss with them. Yes.
Hi, I'm SSR, I'm an architect and an entrepreneur, I'm a business mentor. My question is to Balaji. We are connected in LinkedIn, by the way, I just checked. You had messaged me in 2023. I really loved your perspective on happiness and hiring and everything. Amazing stuff. And I'm in love with your thought process. My question to you is, you spoke a lot about happiness. I'm 40 and வாழ்க்கையில் சந்தோஷம் முக்கியமா நிம்மதி முக்கியமான்னு கேட்டால் I always choose peace. More than happiness, I choose peace. What's your perspective on happiness or peace?
See, both are subjective, but peace is the destination, happiness is the
Path.
path.
Peace is the destination.
Philosophically, we become philosophers now.
Happiness is the path, but happiness is very subjective. Now, உங்களுக்கு வந்துட்டு traveling may be happiness. For Chakojan, creating franchisee may be happiness. For me, making other people happy is happiness. So, that's the subjective. So, to reach that happiness, there is a formula. That is the first thing is the success through the profession which we are doing. So, when we do that with a very passion, அந்த ஒரு அலைன்மெண்ட் இருக்கணும் உங்களுக்கு. நான் பண்ணுறது வந்துட்டு ஓகே எனக்காக தான் பண்ணுறேன்ற எல்லாத்தையுமே பண்ணும்போது when we do with a love, அந்த லவ்வோடு வந்து பண்ணும்போது you will obviously get that success, professional success, and as a byproduct of professional success, money. So when the success and money put together is there, when that is the point where you will have time. When you have time, you can explore your happiness, because happiness நீங்கள் இப்போ வந்து ட்ராவல் பண்ணோன்னா you need money and you need time. So for that your profession matters. ஸோ அதையுமே வந்துட்டு நம்ம பண்ணும்போதே ஒரு லவ்வோடு பண்ணோம்னா, ஏன்னா காலையில் ஐயோ இதுவா அந்த ஒரு ஆட்டிடியூடே இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஆல்வேஸ் வித் அ பாசிட்டிவ் மைண்ட் செட், வித் அ பாசிட்டிவ் ஆட்டிடியூட், when we approach the things with love, things will fall in a single line and you will be more happy and you can be always at peace. And in the world, if you see always in the YouTube or anything, they will always come and say this is not there, this is not there. It will only condition your mind that saying that you are not, but it is a very subjective and perspective, their individual's perspective. I am always happy at my mind and peace at my mind. I don't look for any social validation. I am not emotionally hungry for any validation. When you are at that state, you will be always at peace.
Thank you, brother.
We're going to close this session. I just want to say, as panelists, want to appreciate and thank you so much for the insights. What a wonderful panel. Can you give it up for them? They spoke so much from their hearts, and I think they did a great job. What I see is, the first thing that we saw is scale does not break business. Founders do if they don't evolve. That's what we learned. The second is, legacy is built not by vision, but by decisions made under pressure. Third, technology accelerates intent. It does not replace leadership. Number 4, and finally, every enduring organization is designed to outgrow its creator. And these creators who are sitting here are waiting for somebody to take over at some point of time so that they can pass on the legacy, as you sitting there would like to leave your legacy to people who matter to you. With that remarks, I want to close. Thank you very much for listening to all of us. Wonderful.